Hi, I'm Summur Braley, and I support the Keith Andrew Network. He's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and this is episode 727. That's right, it is episode. Actually, let me do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Keith Andrew Network. It is episode 728. That's right, 728. I'm here as professional actress Summur Braley. I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you so much for having me, Keith.
No, the honor is all mine. For people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. It's definitely prove them you can still amount to something. So hashtag break the labels. So that being said, I'm going to ask some easy questions, some hard-hitting ones. You can ask me anything you want. It is a new format of 26 minutes and for a talk show instead of half hours, actually 26 minutes. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is who influenced you to become a professional actress?
I had an amazing drama teacher in high school. Her name was Miss Poindexter, and she was my drama teacher and English teacher. She was very encouraging to me, and I always liked to do theater acting. I started when I was 8. But when I got into high school, it became like my main passion. And she really just encouraged me and told me that I could do it. And she even took me to get a agent, and she took me to help me get my headshots done. So she was amazing.
No, she sounds like a wonderful person.
She is.
Now, the next one I want to ask you, similar to the first one, who has inspired you? Oh, let me rephrase that. Who has inspired you in your life and why?
Well, my favorite comedic actress, which is my goal, is to be a really good comedic actress. I love Carol Burnett. Like, I have her book, her biography, her autobiography, and she wrote about coming from a poor family, living with her grandma. Her mom left her, and she lived in New York in like a small apartment, and she just did it, and she tried, and she went for it, and she got the Carol Burnett show, and she's, I mean, our best comedic actress. I love her to death. She's really inspirational to me.
I heard of her. I don't remember seeing of her work, but the name sounds very, very familiar.
Oh, yeah. You need to try and watch some of her Carol Burnett show. It's hilarious. Amazing.
Now, the second one I want to ask you is, tell us about your proudest day of your life.
Oh, the proudest day of my life. Wow. Well, I'm a mother. Uh-oh. Keith?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. Blacked out. That must have been my screen. Sorry. I'm a mother of 4. So, I mean, each time that I delivered my babies are probably my proudest days.
No, absolutely. You know, for me, my proudest day is when I actually started my talk show and seeing where it's going to go. It's been 7.5 years. This is
Wow.
what I want to do for the rest of my life. So it's very good to have something that you're passionate about. And it's always good to have a plan B, but it's always good to focus on plan A. But, you know, hey, it's always good to tell you to have plan B. So
Yes.
the question I want to ask you is, you know, for you, you're a professional actress. What was your plan B if you had one?
Well, actually, I did theater acting when I was a kid, and then until a little bit of junior college, I did it. But then I actually stopped for um, about 20 years. And I got married, had kids, was a stay-at-home mom, and then the last 2 years I got back into it. So I started doing theater acting, and I really love theater. So that was my main course for a while, but then this pandemic has happened, and I just went on some casting sites and started auditioning, and I am filming my first movie actually this weekend. So it's a feature film out of Sacramento. So I'm very excited.
No, congrats.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about it?
It is a sci-fi, kind of a faith-based thriller. It's set in 10 years in the future, 2030, but it's called Darkest Hour, and it is kind of like end of times, kind of like what we're living in right now. Lots of craziness happening. So it'll be fun.
Oh, I wish you the best of luck. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, the next question I want to ask you, well, you are a professional actor, so I might as well ask you the acting questions. Out of all the acting roles you have played in the past, what were some of your favorites?
Oh, in high school, I got to do Hamlet, and I got to play Rosencrantz, and that's kind of like the funny characters in Hamlet. So anytime I can find humor in a role, I'm very excited. So that was really fun. I just did last summer, I did Annie, and I was Mrs. Pugh the cook, and that was a fun character to play. But also I was an ensemble member, so I got to play Mrs. Pugh, but then run backstage and change and be like the New York City scene, and then run back and change and be, come back and sing and dance for all the parts. So that was really fun. I love musical theater.
Sounds like you had your hands full.
Yeah.
Now, the next one I want to ask you is, do you think honesty is the best policy?
Oh, well, yes. When I was a kid, we moved a lot, and I kind of had a hard childhood. So sometimes when I would go to a school, I wanted everybody to like me, so I would make up some little lies about, oh, I this or that, whatever, to try and get people to like me. So that I learned really fast as a kid that doesn't go very far. Once you tell a little lie, it builds and builds, and you have to follow up with, a bunch of other lies. So it never pays off to lie. So I do think honesty is the best policy. Yes.
No, absolutely.
One of the top 5.
Now, with everything that you accomplished, do you want to be the lead actor, the supporting actor, best friend? What role do you think fits you the best?
This movie I'm doing, I'm the best friend, and I love character acting. I want to do an accent. I want to do the funny stuff, and usually that's the character, like the supporting actor. I like that too because it's shorter days on set, and then I can come home to my husband and kids. I still get to act, but then I don't have to be there as long. So that's the goal.
For me, I would say I'm more... That's actually a good question. I do see myself as the supporting actor, the best friend. I try to be funny, but I come off as being an ass. I'll give you an example. My friend wants me to do an interview with her, or not even an interview, just something with her tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, I have 80 days, so I have to constantly, be a part of something and keep me motivated. It just popped in my head. I don't know why. It's like, oh, this is why it popped in my head. I was waiting for you to come on. No, not you, someone else I was supposed to do an interview, but I was waiting for you guys to connect, and I was looking at my reflections, and wouldn't it be funny, during the interview, you just randomly see your camera zooms, you go, Or it's like because I always shave my beard on Mondays and Thursdays. And
Okay.
Paul was like, so Keith, what do you think about this idea? Oh, I think it's doing really great. But hold on, I missed the spot.
That would be awesome.
I like being very obnoxious. My dad said to me, one of these days people are gonna punch you in the face because they don't know if you're just doing it or you're. He said to me, "Don't be funny." But being obnoxious, I can do that. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
We can all be obnoxious, believe it.
I do stuff. Do you like the old Star Trek?
I have only seen a few episodes of the old Star Trek, but I love the costuming and the sets.
I actually got to meet Uhura, so it was pretty nice.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
And the one I liked Scotty, and I also liked George Takei.
Yes, I love George Takei. I follow him on social media. He's so funny.
You know, it's funny. I do it a little too much, so it gets really annoying. So when someone says something, I always tell them like, "Oh my!" And my dad's like, you keep doing that, that shit's gonna piss me off. I'm warning you, don't do that around me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But it's always good to be funny, you can't be serious all the time.
No. It would be boring. Life would be pretty boring, right?
What about you? Have you ever pulled any funny pranks on the people, or have you ever done any voiceover or impressions?
No, not yet, but I want to. But I've done some pranks on my kids, yes, for sure. I can't really think of any exactly right now. I do like to prank my husband to be like, "Oh, I forgot this," like one of his favorite things, I've totally forgot that. And then he gets annoyed and then I'm like, "Ha."
Well, here's some pranks I actually get sore on Friends. You get a quarter, you darken it with a marker, and it says, "Oh, I bet you can't roll this quarter up your neck, off your face."
Yes.
And they
That's
don't.
a good one.
Oh, so you heard of it?
Yeah.
Do you ever
I gotta do that to my kids.
Do you ever one was on 2.5 Men, where the kid puts like saran wrap over the toilet seat, so when the guy goes to pee, it sprays all over his face.
Oh, that's a bad one. Oh, as a mom, I don't love that one because I would be cleaning it up. So,
It's funny pranks like that. You just have to enjoy yourself. But did it freeze? No, but I'm still there. Now, do you ever request on an accident we could take a commercial break?
Are you home for quarantine? Are you who do you live with?
Oh, I still live.
Oh, sorry.
I actually live at home, and I wish I had a studio, but for right now, this is the best I can do. Especially now, it's always good. Unfortunately, it was the quarantine. Rumor is supposed to go on until the summer, so as soon as the vaccines come out, knock on wood, things will go back to normal. But right now, it's kind of like when a crap hit the fan.
Yeah, it's hard.
What about you? How's quarantine?
Well, I'm teaching. I'm teaching the kids are at home, so we're trying to help them. Actually, they're all on their computers. I have a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So try and keep the toddler away from the older kids when they're doing school. So it's kind of a long day. So I'm really excited to get out of the house and act.
Hey, if your kids are interested, maybe they would like to follow me on social media, become a fan of mine.
They're not yet on social media, but when they are, I will tell them about you. They love YouTube. This is on YouTube, right?
Yep, it's
so they'll be following you on YouTube.
No, absolutely. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and actually, I'm going to say this, then we can take a commercial break. I'm now officially a member of the Manhattan Neighborhood of Broadcasting. So I have a schedule I posted on my Facebook fan page, and it's also on my Twitter and Instagram. this Saturday, for people who live in Manhattan, it's going to be on Channel 2 at 10:30 a.m. Of course, I won't see it. I don't live in the city. But I did the episodes. I try not to watch my own episodes because I know there are a lot of mistakes in there. But 10:30 a.m. on Channel 2 in Manhattan, on the Manhattan neighborhood of broadcasting, I got my spot there. I have it scheduled going up until December. So, knock on wood, hopefully that will get me more viewers and more people to follow me.
Keith, that is amazing. Good job.
Oh, I appreciate that. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you about social media. How can it make you or break you when we come back?
Okay.
Mimi Chen.
Hi, my name is Ella Dorsch.
My name is Shauna Toft.
Hey guys, I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Actress Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hi guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 728. I'm here with Ms. Summers. Now, it's the last 10 minutes and counting. First subject I want to talk to you about is social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything that you accomplish in your life? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do these formats and platforms dictate if people should work with you or not?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I have found Instagram is the one I'm on mostly. I'm not really on Twitter or Facebook, but Instagram I love because it's just positivity, I feel like, in a good way to make connections with people. Like, you found me there, and I found you. So, and I've also found a lot of actors to connect with and network with, and that has really helped me and inspired me. I follow some casting people, some directors, and just reaching out and asking them questions and vice versa. It just really encourages me and helps me and lets me know that I'm on the right path. So I love it.
Now, do you think that your following well, we'll go back to the first question. Do you think your following dictates if you should get this acting role, if people should work with you because you have this big crowd around you? Do you think that your following has a big influence on making people's judgments?
Maybe. I mean, I got cast from a casting website and auditioning through that. Also, my theater acting, I just go and audition when it was open. But yeah, before I did the movie, I actually didn't have a public Instagram. So my Instagram is very new. I only have like 240 followers. So it might help to boost that, hopefully. But I think that you can, without a big following, you can just keep on working and keep on auditioning, and that will be all you need.
No, I agree with you 100%. I always said this over the years, are you going to go with someone who can, pull your emotions and make you feel in that scene, or are you going to go with someone who has hundreds of thousands of people following them, but yet they can't act their way out of a wet paper bag? So it doesn't really matter that you have fun. Like, I'll give you an example. For me, it's the message that, labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. You should prove to them you can still amount to something. Hashtag break the labels. And it doesn't matter if I had 1,000 people follow me, 100 people following me. It's the message that stands out the most. All you need is a solid foundation. And once you have a solid foundation, you can build up after that.
Yes, that is awesome. I love that. Break the labels. I love that hashtag.
There was another one called Break the Silence, but actually someone actually took it. So I'm like, okay, Break the Labels works too.
I like Break the Labels better, so good job.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, for people who want to know, we were talking off the air. You asked me about my disability, and you mentioned you have a disability. what, trying to find the words for it, when you became an actor, was it difficult for you to read like a script? What would your words of wisdom be for people with disabilities if they want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, it took me a lot longer to learn how to read when I was a kid because I have dyslexia. And I have also like a cross eye dominance issue, but that goes with dyslexia sometimes. But I found that dyslexia makes you a better actor because to learn how to read when you're young, a lot of dyslexic people memorize. So you need to memorize for acting. Also, I feel like when I think it's the left brain that is more reading, arithmetic, you know, more of the like the school learning things. And I feel like when that side of the brain has a harder time, your right side of the brain, your creative side, can really develop. I really feel like we're all artists and we are all creative types. So sometimes it is beneficial if you have a disability to be more creative. So it really helps everybody, I think.
No, I agree. It's always good to think outside the box and be different. You don't want to follow everyone else because life would be boring.
Amen.
Now, the other question I want to ask you is, what would, say for an example, you're reading a script. What is the best way for you to memorize your lines? And for someone like me who can't read a script, what would your recommendation be?
Well, there are apps that you can download to help, and you just type in your script and it will auditorily read it out to you. That's a good thing to do if you want the other lines read or if you want to hear the lines. For memorization, I learned this amazing way to memorize is, so you have your script, you take the first letter of each word in the sentence, like say it was, you had to memorize, I love being on the Keith Andrew Network. So then you would do an I, an L, a B, that's all you write out, K-A-N. So then you say it over and over and you look at it and it really helps your brain. You think you're cheating because you're looking at the letters, only the letters, but it really sticks in your brain. And that's how I memorize my lines. I'm 42, so my brain, you know, it's a little slower than it used to be. So I really need like help with memorizing lines now, but that really helps me. It's just little acronyms, and that's what you read. You never look back on your lines. You just stick to those acronyms.
No, absolutely. Now, the last question I want to ask you, then we're going to wrap up the show. When I keep asking my last question first, but let's go with that one. It doesn't make a difference if I ask this one first or that one. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your honest first reaction? What made you say yes? And after being a guest, how do you feel now?
Oh, wow. When you approached me, I was like, who's this? And then I went on your page and I started looking at all your interviews and I was just blown away and really impressed. And then I read your little bio and I was like, oh, wow, this guy is spreading encouragement for everyone and love. And I saw your hashtag, Break the Labels, and that just hit my heart. And it made me feel like, okay, I'm dyslexic. I'm breaking some labels too. And this guy is out here promoting positivity and love. And I loved it. And I had such a fun time with you today. This was the highlight of my day, my week.
No, I appreciate that. And how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Just Instagram, and it's Summur Braley. That's it, Summur Braley at Instagram. And look for my movie too, Darkest Hour. It should be coming in the spring of 2021.
Hopefully there's a vaccine and we'll be out doing stuff in person. That would be nice.
Yes, that would be awesome. I would love that.
Also, Trump won't be president, hopefully. Fingers
crossed. Yay!
No,
Praying.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said I'm praying that he won't be president.
Likewise. So that being said, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping
Okay.
up our interview segment, our viewers can subscribe to the Keith Andrew Network on YouTube.com. Go to Facebook, Facebook.com. Type in Keith Andrew Network. And if you live in the city, especially in Manhattan, make sure to watch on Channel 2 every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to about 10:58 a.m. the Keith Andrew Network. So it's now on public broadcasting. It's on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you sneeze, you're probably got to fall over it. But make sure to like and subscribe to our Instagram so you'll be up to date for all the information. And like I said, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. And I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.